under the same house. We're all different. One is more math oriented, the other one is more arts oriented. But, there's certain times where we come together. And that's what, building intercultural competence for ministers tries to do. To know how to allow the abilities, the skills, the knowledge, and the attitudes to operate, in this kind of environment. If I was to define what intercultural competence is really the ability to communicate, to work, and to relate across cultural boundaries. We don't preach diversity for the sake of diversity, that we do it so we can go about the business of evangelization. The mission of the church is to make disciples of all nations. So we need to pay attention. We cannot correctly teach and form people in the faith without keeping in mind those notions, those parameters of culture that make the person. Studying the parameters of cultures also help us when conducting meetings. I always like to put the example of the pastor who has invited different members of different communities to a parish council, and then you have some who, even though you have invited them several times, don't show up, and you have others who come, but you can never seem to get a decision from them right away. You ask them, what do you think about this or that? And you will find, for those who come from collectivist cultures, that they need to go back and consult with the community, because they know they're not speaking for themselves. They're speaking for a community, and therefore they know that they need to consult and bring the voice of the community back. And so this is, this gives sometimes way to some friction, or some almost desperation, when you are a pastor or the director of finance and you're trying to make some decisions that you want or you're used to make right away, and you might realize that, consulting and bringing together different groups requires a good dose of first patience, but then knowing how they operate, so you can ask for things in a way where you're going to get what you need, but you also let them do it their way. Church is also diverse. It's Catholic, it's universal, but it's diverse in its members, and all of those members have to coexist in a unique relationship of love. Love is what moves us, love is what keeps us together, and is Christ-centered, it's God-centered. So that understanding of the church, both as image and likeness of God, but also as missionary, is that love of God, like the Spirit is effusive, it goes out. Then the church is missionary. The church goes out to communicate the gospel to people of all nations. The mandate from Christ is very, very clear.